And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Wednesday, August 11th. It's time to have the studio being for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody, and welcome here on a Wednesday morning. It's a beautiful Wednesday, a wonderful Wednesday. We're glad to have you and glad to have Cedar Stone Bank as our advertiser at this time each Wednesday. Bob McDonald is actually here live in studio this morning. President, Chief Executive Officer, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And I should say Cedar Stone Bank, Lebanon, Mount Juliet, Donaldson. Simple banking, simply better.
That's right. That's good. Thank you for that. Thank you for the green pen I see. Yeah. Thank you for the green shirt today.
And I would have the right cup, but I couldn't find any this morning. Well, somebody must have moved them.
Well, if you come by and bring me some okra like you said you would, then I'll have the sleeve of Cedar Stone cups for you.
I could have brought you some before now, but I didn't think about it. Actually, I was out yesterday. You have to pick okra just about every day. So I grabbed one of those pods and bit the end off of it and started chewing. I thought, I bet Bob McDonald would like to do this as he sits at his office. I'll ask him.
Well, I hadn't thought about chewing on it at my desk, but I'll do that today if you bring it in. I'll do it when you arrive. I'll take the first bite when you're there.
Okra is pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
But everybody doesn't like okra, and a lot of people fix it so many different ways.
Yeah.
So, but I'll bring you some.
Well, please do. Susan and I love your vegetables. We're about to wrap up what you brought us a couple of weeks ago. That's been very enjoyable. It's in my lunch bag, and we eat it at dinner, and I look forward to the okra.
What's happening at Cedar Stone?
Well, very busy. I look forward to your program you have coming up. I won't give it away, but we had to miss that event last Saturday night. You've heard us talk about our youngest son. You know, we have two sons. Robert, who you know, who's on here a lot.
One is a banker and one is not.
That is right. The one who's not is the smart one. Michael's a geological engineer, and I remember when he was going off to college, he went to Ole Miss, and I said to him, do you have any idea about what you want to do, what you want to major in? He says, well, I have a pretty good idea. I said, do you know what you might want to do when you get out of school? And that might be helpful. Not that you need to know now, but you might want to be thinking about that kind of stuff. And he said, well, I know what I don't want to do, Dad. And I said, well, that's a good start. I said, what's that? He said, I know I don't want to wear a tie, sit behind a desk, and do nothing like you do all day. And I just kind of looked at him. I said, well, at least you know what you don't want to do. And so he's everything but that. And what he does in geological engineering, he's out in the field studying ground, and like before you build a building or before you build a bridge or before you build a dam, you go and you do geological studies to determine what's underneath what you're about to build on top of. That's about as far as I know about it. But anyway, he's a nice young man, and he married on Saturday a very nice young lady. She also is an engineer. She's a civil engineer, and they met at an engineering firm where they worked together for a period of time. But she's from Philadelphia, and a terrific family, and so we had a nice time last weekend. So that's why Tina filled in for me. They did an out-of-town wedding, so Tina filled in while we were out of town preparing for that.
Okay.
So, anyway, I'll need to get Michael by here sometime, but he's a nice young man, and he's now married, and Kate is his wife's name, and she's a terrific lady.
All right. You lending any money?
We are, yeah. Yeah, I need to loan myself some money after this wedding. I told Susan, we got home, I said, man, we got to start saving some money again. I mean, even though we're the groom, and the groom's supposed to have it easier than the bride, and we understand all that. But, there's still a chunk of change that goes out for these things. And
if it's a wedding, it costs twice as much.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's amazing. It's all money well spent.
Yeah.
But I might need to, you hear me talk about how we're loaning money for cars and home renovations and home purchases and businesses are buying equipment. We're loaning money on all that, but individuals need money for personal reasons, and I might be an applicant one day this week.
Yeah. Well, here with school starting back and college about to start up, if you need a loan, you can get that loan at Cedar Stone.
They can come see us. By the way, I enjoyed your program yesterday when you had Scott Benson on. He does a great job, doesn't he? He and Julie are two of mine and Susan's favorite people, and he knows his business. as you can tell when you talk to him. I mean, he knows every fine detail of that school district, and we're so lucky to have a man like him running one of our schools. Of course, Jeff Luttrell does a great job as well. But speaking of Scott, who you had, he did a great job yesterday, and I know he's excited about the new school year. And by the way, the new school building where Susan and I went out for that ribbon cutting a few weeks ago, Jones Brummett, and what a beautiful facility. God, we can be so proud of the school buildings we have around here, and that's just another great addition.
Another reason people moving in here, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Let's talk quickly about your Simply Better
All right,
free
the free checking account, Coleman, it's the cornerstone of our bank. It's free checks. It's free online banking with bill pay. You can use your ATM card anywhere in the world. We were out of town last week, and I used that ATM card everywhere I went.
Yeah.
And we reimburse our customers when they have a foreign ATM charge. So that's just one of the many features. And for your listeners who don't bank with us, we would be delighted and honored for them to come in and let us talk about that checking account.
And if you're moving here and looking for a free checking account, I recommend Cedarstone. You have some perks that others even that offer free checking don't offer.
Well, we do. I mean, the products are good. We have all the technology you might need, but I think also equally important, if not more important, we have great people, Coleman, very nice folks who are professional and very friendly.
Well, thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Coleman.
Bob McDonald, he's President, Chief Executive Officer for Cedarstone Bank, Lebanon, Mount Juliet, Donaldson. Simple banking, simply better. 10:30 after the hour. It is a Wednesday, the particular Wednesday that Rusty Richardson shows up from Cumberland University and always has a guest or two that he brings. But first of all, Rusty, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
And how are you?
Terrific, thanks.
Are you sweating it much? It's kind of been hot lately.
It's been a little warm and going to be even warmer as the fair starts off this week. So,
Rusty, by the way, Executive Director of Community Relations and External Affairs for Cumberland. Well, we've got, I think, a good program today, and I'm going to let you just kind of lead us in the right direction here.
All right, thanks, Coleman. Always a pleasure to be here. The big thing we want to talk about today is the event we had this past Saturday night.
That Bob McDonald missed.
Yes, that Bob McDonald mentioned. He didn't mention it by name. He didn't want to get the cat out of the bag, but I have the chairs of that event, and I'll be introducing them in just a moment. But it was the Phoenix Ball. This was the 37th year that we'd had the Phoenix Ball at Cumberland University. It started back when Bob and Mary Clement were, Bob was the president, Mary was the first lady. They started back in the early 80s with a committee. And I'm so pleased to have Ray and Stephanie Hubner here with me this morning, who were the chairs of the event this year. Now, if the Olympics had an event for party planning, I guarantee you Ray and Stephanie would win the gold medal. Now, it may also win a marathon because they now hold the record of being the longest tenured chairs, because normally the chairs only serve 1 year, but where we had to cancel the event last year, they've been chairs now for 2 full years, which no one else has done. So we so appreciate what they've done, and it's my pleasure to welcome them, thank them again publicly for what they've done, and let them talk about the ball and everything that went into that. So Ray and Stephanie Hubner.
All right, Ray, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
And Stephanie,
Good morning.
We appreciate having you both with us today. Now, I don't know who wants to do most of the talking. You can kind of share it, I guess. But this is, he's bragging on you quite a bit, but no doubt there's a lot of time, work, and planning and all of this, and maybe a good expenditure of money that goes into doing what you've done. Am I right?
Yes, sir, there is. We've actually spent 2 years planning this one.
Yes.
I say unfortunately, but it's been very good and a blessing, and we've really enjoyed it. And due to COVID, naturally, we didn't get to have it last year, so we had it this year. But it did take a lot of planning. We had a great committee behind us supporting us, and so it's been fun.
Well, what would you add to that, Stephanie?
That, and we are just so blessed that we have such a great community of sponsors that stuck with us over the last 2 years, especially Serve Pro of Wilson County. The Isaacson family have been such great supporters, and all of our sponsors really had no qualms whatsoever about continuing on their sponsorships the following year. We had an amazing band, the Celebrity All-Star Band that came out this year. It was a new band to Phoenix Ball, and that was in large part due to Gordon Carroll and our entertainment sponsor. We have just a long-standing history of amazing people that continue year after year to support the Phoenix Ball, to support Cumberland, and I think it turned out to be a pretty okay event, if I say so myself. We had a blast.
Well, now I've got to ask this. Rusty's already mentioned that you're the tenured one. You've been doing this longer than anybody else. Are you going to do it another year?
Oh, no.
No, I don't believe so. I think next year we just plan on attending and having fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I had to ask.
I'm sure we will be involved one way or the other, just not in the same capacity as we were this last
But
couple of years.
It's a wonderful thing to be able to do this and to put something like this together and bring people together and raise money for scholarships for Cumberland, right?
Yes, sir. It is a great thing to know that it does go to a good cause and it goes right back into our community, which is always a good thing to keep it right here at home. So it's nice to have that and have local people step up and really want to help and be a part of that.
Well, it is time for us to take a break, so let's do that. We'll talk more about Cumberland and the Phoenix Ball, and I'll reintroduce my guest in a moment. We come back on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And to 716, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Absolute Kubota, Red Max, complete inventory of weed eaters, blowers, hedge trimmers for the commercial user and homeowner with up to a 4-year warranty. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. They did move this rank over to the side here, but it's just heavy traffic flow down through here on 65 southbound at Trinity Lane. We are looking at the crash right now. Again, TDOT's got it over to the side. Looks like maybe 3-4 cars involved. There's also a crash at Lee Avenue at 2nd, and traffic's building pretty good now. 24 through the Hickory Hollow area coming in from Rutherford County, and 40 still looks good through Kingston Springs. All that traffic behind that in from Dixon and Hickman County. Gatlinburg Wine Cellar is home of the world-famous cotton candy wine. Check them out online at GatlinburgWineCellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
For 44 years, A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction has been the leader in residential real estate and auctions in Middle Tennessee. Did you know that we also have a team of agents that specialize in commercial real estate? No matter if it is a high-traffic spot or a quiet little corner, we have the local knowledge to deliver just what you are looking for. The A.G. & Johnson commercial team will know exactly what you need and will walk you through the development process. Our commercial agents know more. For commercial real estate done right, give us a call, 615-444-0909, or visit us online, agandjohnson.com.
As the Titans try to win a second consecutive AFC South Division title, every snap
gives Henry around right end to the 5, to the end zone.
Every first down, every touchdown.
Touchdown Titans!
It's all heard here.
Brought to you by Bates Ford, Fakes and Hooker, and Steve Mull Plumbing.
LHS, Cumberland University, and the Tennessee Titans. The winning teams are on WANT 98.9.
Hey Lebanon, what's for dinner? If you find yourself asking or answering this question often, you're in luck because I have the answer for you. The Edge Food and Drink at Lebanon Country Club is now open. The newly remodeled restaurant is open to the public Tuesday through Sunday and is the newest gathering place for lunch, dinner, or watching your favorite teams. Follow The Edge Lebanon on Facebook and Instagram to see weekly food and drink specials and live music lineups. Check them out online at theedgelebanon.com. See y'all there.
And we continue here on this Wednesday morning. Thanks for joining us. Our program presented by Cumberland University. Rusty Richardson's here, the Executive Director of Community Relations and External Affairs for Cumberland. I don't know whether his pay is as good as his title is long, but we have to laugh about that every once in a while, Rusty.
Yes, we do.
You do a great job when you come here, and I appreciate you your visits each month and the people that you bring. We do have Ray and Stephanie Hubner here this morning with the Phoenix Ball co-chairs, and we had an interesting conversation during the break. We're not going to rehearse all of it, but Ray, you had something. Well, let me ask. Let me give you all a little plug here. What do you do as far as your livelihood. Tell us about that quickly here.
My wife and I both own a real estate company here in town. So we do real estate and construction and consulting.
Well, once upon a time, you worked at the police department, didn't you? Lebanon Police Department.
Yes, sir. A long time ago.
So you've come a long way.
Yes, sir.
And I do remember one time Stephanie coming out here. I'm not sure what we talked about. Well, you were
I think
my
it was
guest
Phoenix
one day.
Ball. I think it was Phoenix Ball a few years ago, actually.
Oh, well, perhaps so. But you had an unfortunate accident, which we don't want to talk too long about, but tell us a little bit about it, whatever you'd like people to know. You look fine this morning, but you probably didn't look fine a month ago.
Yes, sir. About a month ago, I was involved in an ATV accident where I was ejected and the ATV landed on top of me. And I was in an induced coma for 2 weeks, where after that I awoken and about a week later got released and was able to attend the ball. So it's been a blessing.
The timeline's a little off there. You were in the hospital a little bit longer than that. But nonetheless, yes, you did make the ball.
It's been a blessing. The community, you know, we talk about the community, and they really come together, and a lot of prayers, been very supportive, and have been very supportive of me since I've been back, and were very supportive the night of the ball as well.
Well, you haven't, don't think you've got back to normal. You used to have this brace on your around your neck and supporting your head, I guess. What is all that getting better day by day?
Yes, sir. It's all getting better day by day. Everything about me is getting better day by day. So I am still wearing a neck brace. Hopefully I get it off next week. They told me while I was in the hospital that technically I was decapitated inside. So it's kind of hard to hear that, but they were able to fix me at Vanderbilt, and I'm here today. So
They put Humpty Dumpty back together again,
Yes.
and he lives to speak about it, thank goodness.
right.
Well, and it's so nice to hear a good report here, and it could have been a lot worse, no doubt.
No doubt.
I mean,
It could have been,
we
yes,
could have
sir.
lost you. And I know that I appreciate Rusty bringing y'all today. We do have a lot to talk about, but I know you're very thankful too that he's able to be here.
Oh, absolutely. What they've done the last 2 years in planning this and being with the agility of dealing with everything with COVID has just been remarkable. Cannot thank them enough. And it's produced some great results. People often ask, well, you know, how much did it raise? Typically, we'll go over $300,000 in gross revenue for the event, and we'll certainly do that again this year. But it takes about $125,000 or so to put it on an expense. So, but all the proceeds end up going for scholarships for Cumberland students, and so on behalf of those students, we want to thank them for all they've done.
Well, maybe go back a little bit. What got you connected or wanting to do this? Did it something sort of fell in your lap, or you one day decided, hey, we can do this, or what?
Actually, we got involved, I believe it was the year that the Moscow Delis hosted, and they needed a live auctioneer for the event that evening, and they asked Ray to be involved. And so Ray has been doing the live auction and even got to sell this last year too, which was phenomenal. And from then on, we kind of got hooked in and we've been helping every year. We love it. We absolutely love it. So,
Well, again, we're glad to have you here. Now, anything else about this you want us to talk about this morning, Rusty, or is that about it for the ball, or is there more to talk about here?
Well, again, just thanking all the sponsors, which there were close to 25 different sponsors on various parts of the ball. Many people donated, many local businesses donated the auction items. We had a very successful silent auction and live auction. The two auctions brought in an additional $50,000. So all that just takes the village to put it all together, and we're so grateful for everyone's generosity to make it happen.
Well, here again, with your unfortunate accident, I don't know what that did to what you had planned to do, but obviously when you were in an induced coma for 2 weeks, you weren't doing anything. Did you find some other people to come in and help?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a very large committee of people that have helped tremendously. And as humble as Rusty is, he really never steps up to brag on himself, obviously, but Rusty goes above and beyond with everything that he does, but he was a tremendous help, obviously, and always is, as well as, our amazing committee that we had. We also had 2 patrons parties over the last 2 years, which also helps support Phoenix Ball and Cumberland. Denise and Lynette Moore have been absolute wonderful people. Their benevolence just goes so appreciative. They're so appreciative of everything. And then, as well as Cheers, the Arno family, they stepped up and really helped our live auction this year, surprised us even with some of the donations they gave, and they're always so generous and kind as well. So we are very blessed to have a community that loves to support each other and support Cumberland.
Well, one more thing, we'll move on. But when this accident occurred, and of course Ray wasn't able to talk to you about it, you were wondering, no doubt, what am I going to do? How are we going to make this?
Well, luckily, that was one of the fortunate things of being able to have this plan for the last 2 years. We had done the majority of the decision making had been already kind of set in place last year, and then we had worked on it a little bit earlier this year once we decided the date. So everything was kind of set in motion. It was just the actual on the ground running. Yeah. And over the last month, between Rusty, the Smiths, Caroline Walker, and the rest of our amazing committee, they got everything kind of to the finish line.
Well, things kind of getting back to normal in your real estate business?
We're getting there. We will get there.
As normal as it can be.
That's right.
Okay. That's a good answer. Rusty, pick it up from here.
Okay, thanks, Coleman. Just one more quick comment showing the dedication of the committee. On the morning after the event, Sunday morning, the committee members started showing up at 9 or 10 o'clock that morning to help clean up. So that's they're dedicated volunteers. Can't thank them enough.
Yeah.
Right. Moving on to other things real quick, we are rapidly approaching the start of the new school year. We already have the athletes on campus. They've been on campus for a week and a half now.
Mostly football players?
Well, it's all the fall athletes.
Oh.
Because literally volleyball and soccer start their games this weekend. Football doesn't start. Their first game isn't until that first Saturday in September. Mm-hmm. But we've got a bunch of athletes on campus. The other students move in on the 20th that weekend, and classes start on the 23rd. So we are finishing up all the renovations in the residence halls. The construction addition on the dining hall continues. They're moving very quickly on that now. Don't know if that'll quite be ready when the students come back, but they'll still be able to have their meals there in that part of the addition. And just so many things going on campus. It's an exciting time to be there. We have freshman orientation coming up. We have the first day of the fall semester. And even tomorrow night for the Wilson County Tennessee State Fair, with the opening parade, Paul Stum will be in that. The marching band will be in that. The cheerleaders, the dance squad. So Cumberland will be well represented at the Wilson County Fair tomorrow night when the governor's here. So it's an exciting time.
Well, it really is. And the more I think about this coming up tomorrow night, the bigger really it is, and especially with the governor being here. But Dr. Stum, the marching band, the cheerleaders.
Yes, Dr. Stum will be very easy to spot in the parade because we have a new vehicle on campus that we use to give tours of the campus with. It's kind of hard to describe what this vehicle is. It's an electric cart that seats 6. But it's not like any golf cart you've ever seen. So for the people coming out to the fair, you'll see a red vehicle. That's what I'll describe it. Okay. From a distance, it almost looks like a London double-decker bus.
Oh, boy. Okay.
So look for that tomorrow night, just spreading the Cumberland name and getting that image out there that we want to portray.
What about enrollment figures? Got anything on that yet?
Enrollment figures, if students still want to apply, they can still apply, and it's amazing how many students, even this close to the beginning of the year, are still putting in their applications. We're still accepting those, and we encourage them, if they haven't made a decision yet, to do that. We won't know official numbers until 2 weeks after the start of class, and that's when every school in the nation gets their official number. Mm-hmm. They do a census 2 weeks after the first day of class, and that's what's reported to the federal government as far as what the enrollment is. So we expect it'll be another year of growth, another record. But when I'm back here next month, I'll give you a final number on that.
All right, and speaking of next month, actually, it's October the 1st, I believe, but I know you want to mention that.
Yes, October the 1st, we're starting off our Cordell Hall Peace Forum. We're dedicating a statue to Cordell Hall on campus, one of our more famous, certainly more influential alumnus. We're celebrating the 150th anniversary of his birth. And on October 1st, we have former Vice President Al Gore coming to speak and to help us with that dedication of the Cordell Hall statue. So we're very excited. That'll be a public event, wide open to the public. It'll be outdoors, very similar to our graduation ceremonies.
Okay.
And we'll be putting out a lot more publicity about that in the coming weeks.
Well, what day is October the 1st?
It's a Friday.
Friday, okay.
Yes. So we'll be looking for more information on that. We'll also have his Cordell Hall's Nobel Peace Prize on campus on exhibit. Signed charter for the United Nations. He's considered the father of the United Nations. And I know once upon a time you even did a paper on Cordell Hall, you told me.
Yeah, I did. My term paper in high school. So, yeah, I read quite a bit about him. Quite a man, really.
Yes.
Had some humble beginnings here in Tennessee.
Very humble beginnings, but he served as a Tennessee congressman, a Tennessee senator, our longest-serving Secretary of State in U.S. history. And if FDR had not run for a fourth term, there was a good likelihood Cordell Hall would have been the Democratic nominee.
Yeah. We about exhausted our time here this morning, but it's been an interesting one. And thank you, Rusty, as always. And our thanks to Ray and Stephanie Hubner for making an appearance this morning. And we wish you all well. And thanks for the good job that you've done with the Phoenix Ball. And nice to have you here. Rusty, we'll see you next month.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Coleman.
And that is part one of Coleman and Company. Please keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And to 7:31, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, and they've got the low price tire guarantee on all tires every day. Up to 30 days after the sale, there'll be any competitor's pricing on the tires they sell. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Morning, there's still a little bit of traffic volume here trying to get out past this earlier crash on 65 southbound at Trinity Lane. Still looks good right now, even though it's heavy. 24 passing Harding Place. All the traffic coming in from Rutherford County. Still positive right now. I-40 coming in from Hickman County, Dixon County. Just watch your speed. Hey, Ripley's Pints and Penguins is an adult-only sleepover. It's an event with food and beverages. It's happening in September and October. For ticket information, log on to Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
This is Bob McDonald with Cedar Stone Bank. For 17 years now, we've been serving our communities in Lebanon, Mount Juliet, and Donaldson. We can serve you in the way that best fits your needs. We have all the banking technology, we have beautiful buildings, but more importantly, we have great people. On behalf of our board of directors, I thank you for banking with us. If you don't currently bank with us, please come by and visit us in any of our locations. It would be our pleasure to talk with you about how simple banking is simply better.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Philip Etherly with Absolute Rental and Supply. Whether it's cleaning, painting, remodeling, or simply getting better organized, we have the tools and equipment to get the job done. Scaffolding, paint sprayers, ladders, power saws, portable heaters, temporary lighting, generators, hardwood floor staplers, from wallpaper steamers to bulldozers, Absolute Rental has what you need. Call 615-443-RENT. Absolute Rental and Supply. We have what you need.
Another sunny day is in the forecast today, but one or two pop-up showers can't be ruled out. Highs today will top out in the mid-90s, so make sure to stay cool and hydrated. For Thursday, temperatures will reach the mid-90s once again with sunny skies. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's Look at Your Forecast. I'm meteorologist T.J. Scott.
Coleman and Company, welcome to part two. A Wednesday morning, we always enjoy seeing Philip Etherly walk in and always wearing that, I don't know what color
I call it safety yellow. I have people call it green. They'll say, "Oh, you got a green shirt on." I'm thinking, well, this is yellow. But anyway,
It stands out.
When I order them, it's safety yellow. So anyway,
Absolute Rental Supply, 1325 West Main and 11, and that's been Philip's home for the last 20 years, business home, let's say.
That's correct.
And the phone number there is 615-443-RENT. We always want to bear down on that every Wednesday when he's here. That's RENT, 443-RENT, and that's what you do at Absolute Rental and Supply.
That's
you rent
right.
those tools, and they have everything you need.
we have what you need. That's our slogan. That's right.
Well, what do you want to talk about today?
Oh, like I say, we're blessed right now. There's a lot of things going on. Sherry and I were talking outside. We've got a lot of stuff going to the fair, helping the fair get set up and stuff. So that's a big plus. So that's keeping us busy. But right now there's not any one specific item that's really a hot item or a big topic right now. I can see fans being a big issue right now, as hot as it is. But anyway, we're blessed. Everything's moving along really good.
I was thinking about fans the other day. I was saying, every once in a while, well, what do Philip and I talk about, or what can I say that we haven't said? And as hot it was, I was thinking, well, we haven't mentioned fans much, but you do have them.
Yeah, we have several, probably up to 10 probably, of the big 42-inch barrel fans, and they really make a difference just keeping that air moving. So a lot of times if people are having an outdoor event, they'll get those just to kind of keep the air moving, keep things cool. And of course, at the fair, they always go out, or people need them to keep their boots, some air flowing through their boots and so forth.
Well, if you go to absoluterental.com, you can see the entire inventory, and you can see what the rental price is. And then again, you call 615-443-RENT, make your reservation. That's kind of the way it works. And then you're going to find that Philip and his people are going to ask you a question or two to make sure you've got the right piece of equipment for the job you want to do. So you got to find out what the job is, and then make a recommendation. If they've asked for the wrong thing, you're going to tell them.
Exactly, and that really is the key. I want it to be a win-win. My biggest goal is have the customer get their job done in the most efficient way. And, a lot of times it is just having that knowledge, having that right piece of equipment to do it. It never fails if somebody's using a piece of equipment for not its intended use. Normally, 90% of the time, that's when that machine gets damaged. Yeah. And so we really want to make sure that the people are getting their job done efficiently, have the right piece of equipment, and then also be able to not tear our equipment up.
Well, you have so much, and you keep a good inventory, but you also refurbish it, if that's the way to say it. Some things will get a little bit old, obsolete. You get something new to take their place.
Yeah, we really do. We try to keep our fleet age young and all that, and those items that we keep for longer periods of time, we'll like I say, in the wintertime, we'll go in there and we'll kind of refurbish them, go through there and clean them up, fix anything that needs to be fixed, give them a little paint job, a little wax job, something like that. Because my theory's always been, if it looks like new, they'll treat it like new. If it looks like junk, they'll treat it like junk. And that's a big thing. And my wash bay guys hear me say that all the time.
Well, you've never said that before, but I agree completely.
Yeah.
Makes sense, of course. If it looks like junk, they're going to treat it like junk.
Exactly. So, but anyway. But just like I say, just give us a call. Tell us what kind of project you got going on. We can normally schedule. Right now, there's not a big demand on the weekends. The skid steer loaders, there's a big demand on those right now. So if you see you're going to need one for the weekend, give us a call Wednesday or Thursday, and we can schedule it in. There's no problem with canceling a reservation. If it comes a thunder shower or a storm or anything like that, we can cancel that reservation. There's no charge for that.
But it's much easier, even though it might get canceled, to go ahead and plan for it. Then it's there if you need it. If it's not, well, somebody else might.
Exactly. We try to do a lot of staging, a lot of planning. One of our job tasks for our yard coordinators is the day before they go out and everything's got reservations for in the morning. They go out and check it. They look at it and make sure it's ready. It's got the right bucket on it. And so therefore the following morning when the customer comes in or we have to deliver, it's just as simple as do the contract and load it up and go.
And one more thing before you go, again, just a reminder, you do, and it's not a problem to deliver, and it works well on both ends lots.
It really does. Yeah, delivery is a huge asset to our business, and I would say probably nearly 60% of all the equipment that goes out is delivered versus people coming and picking up. So it is a very important part of our business.
And a lot of us don't have the means to transport. If it's a big at all, unless we got a big trailer or a big truck or something, it's just a lot easier to let you do it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like I said, it's not a huge profit center for Absolute Rental. We factor in that we're making money on the rental as well. So we try to have it affordable.
Yeah.
So people, most of the time when you explain to people, they'll say, oh, that's cheap. Okay, let's bring it.
1325 West Main, Absolute Rental and Supply, and I guess you'll see everybody at the fair as well.
Yep.
What all you got there? You got a...
Well, now on Absolute Kubota's bringing a bunch of equipment with the X-Marts and the tractors, and they're kind of two different locations type deal. But as far as the rental company, well, we don't have anything set up, a booth or anything, just for Absolute Rental.
Well, all right. You got a good display of the other one.
Exactly.
And you are involved in both.
Yeah, we'll be well represented, no doubt about it.
And we'll see you next Wednesday.
All right, thank
you much. Philip Atherley, Absolute Rental and Supply, 1325 West Main, 615-443-RENT. We're 21 before the hour. Helen McPeak is here this morning to talk about the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And you are the Executive Director for Wilson County Promotions. We'll get that in here to start out with this morning.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Well, how are you?
I am good. We're excited about the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair. So it is fair time in Wilson County, Tennessee.
The closer we get to opening tomorrow, I sort of feel a surge of excitement myself, even at my age. We're going to be doing something we've never done before. I mean, we've had the opening of the fair before, but it's going to be a different kind of opening. It's going to be a bigger parade. It's going to actually not only be Wilson County Fair, it's going to be Tennessee State Fair. So I think there's an excitement that is building up around all of that.
Most definitely. There is so much excitement going on. People coming in, trying to get their exhibits ready, trying to get their equipment, trying to get their concession stands, the motorsports, the livestock. Everybody is out there on deck getting everything ready for the fair, and that's what's so exciting.
All right. It's got to be hectic for you. I mean, you've done this before, but I don't think you've done as much maybe as you're called on to do this time, even if you had 2 years to prepare for it. I'm being facetious here. No fair last year, but we're making up for it this time, it sounds like.
We had our livestock shows last year, and that was tremendous. I am so glad that we were able to have that, because that enabled us to get these state cattle shows, these livestock shows on board to help prepare us for this year. Yeah. We've got almost 100 livestock shows over there.
Really?
And most of those are state shows, and then we've got all of the junior state shows going on. So that's a big deal. Motorsports is state. Some other things, we've got the state hay and field crops. We've had more of those entries this year, this week, than we've ever had before. So we're going to have an assortment there that represents the whole state of Tennessee.
Well, I've got the guy that runs the carnival scheduled for tomorrow in this time slot.
Rick.
We'll mostly be talking about his carnival and how big it is and where all they go and all the rides he's got and all that in the particulars here. But so we won't have much time to talk about what's going to be happening tomorrow. So maybe you can tell us today. But the gates open officially what, 5 o'clock?
They open at 5. Now, they usually open a little bit before then, to get everybody in and that kind of thing. But yes, we are open weekdays at 5 o'clock, Saturdays at 10, and then Sunday at noon.
what's the first thing that will happen officially tomorrow? Once you open the gates and people get there, and what's the first thing?
Well,
do you have an official welcoming or opening?
We do have a grand opening. Of course, the gates will open right there at the Farm Bureau Expo Center, and people will file in there. Of course, the other gates, everybody will be coming in and getting to their post and that kind of thing. But we've got a grand opening tomorrow night in the Expo Center at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And Governor Lee will be there to speak, as well as some others. Randall Clemens will be there to welcome everybody. It will be a time that the Tennessee State Fair Association and the Wilson County Promotions Executive Committee and the new formed Tennessee State Fair Advisory Committee will all be there with Governor Lee to have a ribbon cutting for the grand opening.
Okay.
And everybody be together.
Will Governor Lee do the honors as cutting the ribbon?
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, okay.
I am sure he will. We have even got Major General Jeffrey Holmes will be presenting the colors tomorrow night. So, and then after that, we will be going outside for a flag raising. And then we will have the parade, our opening parade, with all of these dignitaries in there. I think we've got 6 bands planned.
Rusty Richardson said Cumberland's band's going to be
They will be there. Yes, and Dr. Stum and his wife, they will be there as part of this. This is history in the making, Coleman, and it's pretty neat. And I understand you're riding in the parade as one of the dignitaries.
Well, I have been invited to be in the parade. That's all I know. But I was asking Randall a little bit Monday about this. He said the parade route's going to be the same as it's been, but you've got a representative from all 95 counties in Tennessee that's going to be there.
We will be.
So that's going to be a bigger parade, no doubt.
Farm Bureau of Tennessee will have each one of their presidents there from all 95 counties. That's pretty exciting. They're going to be bringing in 10 buses of people from across their state because their convention is going on, their president's convention is going on right now. So they're going to be celebrating at the fair tomorrow night. And those presidents will be riding on one of our trolleys representing the entire state of Tennessee.
Okay. All right, got it. But that's that many more people coming from all over that's going to be here, and they're probably going to be bringing a few with them.
That is right. And then we have also, we're celebrating heroes every night. Tomorrow night is our Imagination Library, where we are celebrating the directors, like Miss Peggy Simpson is Wilson County. There are other directors coming from other counties, and we are going to be recognizing them for their efforts for the Governor's Literacy Program tomorrow night.
Oh, that's great. Helen McPeak is here. We got a lot more to talk about, just as much as we can cram in when we come back here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And at 7:46, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Absolute Kubota, Red Max, complete inventory, weed eaters, blowers, hedge trimmers for the commercial user and homeowner with up to a 4-year warranty. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's quite heavy actually out here on 65 southbound there at Trinity Lane. 65 South still crawling along through Sumner County in Millersville right now as they work that accident. 65 southbound at the 100-mile marker. That's really got traffic slow go as we check it out live. Now as you come down through White House, approaching Millersville, it's just crawling along. Gatlinburg Wine Cellars, home of the world-famous cotton candy wine. Check them out online at GatlinburgWineCellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The Pavilion Senior Living residents are inviting you to become their new neighbor. If you're looking for a sign to move, call us at 444-5556 to learn more about the details. Or go to thepavilionseniorliving.com for more information. Or better yet, just drop by 1408 Medical Center Drive right behind Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital and see for yourself. You should move here.
It's 10 days of family fun at the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair, presented by your Mid-South Ford dealers, August 12th through the 21st. Fair food, music, livestock, exhibits, thrilling rides, motorsports, and so much more. Don't miss the new Ninja Warrior course this year. There's so much to see and do, you can't see it all in one visit. Bates Ford presents the Frontmen of Country in concert on Monday at 7 p.m. Spectacular fireworks nightly, sponsored by the Tennessee Lottery. Learn more at wilsoncountyfair.net. We'll see you at the fair.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Coleman & Company here on a Wednesday morning. Helen McPeak, Executive Director for Wilson County Promotions, is with us. We're talking, of course, Wilson County Fair. Opening tomorrow, and the Thursday opening is a little bit different too. But there's some positives about that. For one thing, you're not competing with high school football tomorrow night. You've got all the bands that's going to be in the parade, plus the Cumberland, the high school bands and the Cumberland band, which is going to make for an interesting parade, as we've already talked about. What else is going on tomorrow night? There's special prices for admission and rides and so on?
Price night tomorrow night, so adults can get in for their $6 and children can get in for $3, and then of course 5 and under is always free.
Mm-hmm. And ride tickets, I believe.
That's right. Ride tickets are $1 each, but you've got to buy a sheet of $10 worth of tickets to be able to get that.
But some special price, really a grand opening special, you might say, for admission and rides tomorrow night. So people, especially if you're looking at your budget and want to save a little bit, you might keep that in mind.
That is right. And then season tickets, if everybody wants to come the entire week, season tickets are $45. So where else can you attend something that big for 10 days for $45? Right. And then the mega tickets are $25, and that is good for any day. That gets you into the fair, and that gets you an armband for that night also. But that has to be bought by tonight.
Well, we've got a lot of the usual. I mean, the pageants, all this. We've got a lot of the entertainment stages. I think there's one called the entertainment stage, but I mean, there's entertainment at well, Randall mentioned, I don't know how many, there's 5 or 6 or 8 or how many ever they are. There's plenty of entertainment, which we've always had. That's something a little bit unique, I think, for the Wilson County Fair, and that's going to continue.
That will continue. We've got entertainment on 8 stages.
8, okay.
And of course, that's different every night.
Yeah.
So see, you can attend every night and see something different.
And the different stages have different genres of music. Now, you always have bluegrass, I think, at
on the back
Grove.
porch stage.
That's always bluegrass. There's the Opry place over there with different entertainment. I think Johnny Counterfeit, and he's going to be back again this year.
That's exactly right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so you just need to get the fair catalog and figure out where it all is. We don't have time to tell it all here today, but the usual pageants, and you have the baby show. You've got Miss Senior Wilson. All these things are going to be happening.
Yeah, and the fairest of the fair is tomorrow night. And then the Miss Wilson County is tomorrow night. So the pageants are starting right after that grand opening in the Expo Center.
Yeah, Randall explained that Monday. We'd always had that on Monday night, but now the fairest of the fair has a lot of responsibility and goes and represents herself at different functions, and not half the fair, but a lot of it will be over if you waited till Monday night. So, and that changes our schedule here. We're scheduled to have the fairest of the fair here on Friday morning.
Wonderful,
yeah,
wonderful. And then we've got the Super Pool in the Motorsports tomorrow night, and we've got the Brahma show going on at the Livestock Arena tomorrow night.
Well, what changes have physical changes will somebody see this year that they might notice a difference from 2 years ago at the last fair? Is the Midway in the same? Is it been expanded, or is some changes made? Parking area, maybe some changes there.
We are trying really, really hard to make parking better. Matter of fact, the city of Lebanon, we have got a group, a committee that it's already been started looking at all of the traffic and that kind of thing. So all of those improvements are trying to be made as much as possible this year. And then we are hoping, Coleman, that in a few years, we're going to see lots of improvements in that, like widening of roads and helping get people off the interstate and that kind of thing. This year, the Midway will be widened. It already is. They're making queue lines behind the rides to be able for people to be distanced more. So all of those things, and it just looks nicer. So those are things that are different for this year. But we've still got the old traditional favorites and those things this year too.
Well, how concerned is your board and other people, the authorities, I guess, for the fair and everything concerning? We've had the COVID strain. We've had more people being hospitalized. It's something to be concerned about. I mean, and I know even 3 weeks ago we probably wasn't thinking exactly like we are now. It wasn't as bad, but we're hoping for the best here. But what's being done, or what do you got to say about that? What are y'all thinking?
Well, of course, we'll have signage up, okay, to remind people that if they feel better about wearing their mask, we certainly hope that they will. We will have some masks there that if somebody did not bring one and they want to wear one, that they will be at the gates if they'd like to pick up one. We will have hand sanitizer stations all over the grounds. Every ride, every concession will have one, and there will be others throughout. Reithofer Shows, our carnival, has already made their spray that is supposed to last a lengthy time. They say 6 months, but they are going to do more than that. Mm-hmm. They will be periodically spraying with a spray like every little bit. I understand 45 minutes to an hour. And they will also be there on hand with spray to spray things off. And it's an alcohol base that it dries quickly and does not have to be wiped off like some other disinfectants
so they're going to be very responsible in that regard.
Exactly. Our concessions are going to be wiping things down. Our cleaning crew, they're going to be going through and wiping things, spraying with that prime time and wiping things down that are touched regularly, like handrails and doorknobs and things like that. And there's signage on the doors that say they prefer masks, but certainly we're not going to make anybody. It's not going to be mandated to wear masks. But we hope everybody will be responsible for their own selves. If there is a concern, we hope people will be responsible for that.
Well, sure, and I guess social distance as much as you can, but the fair, it gets crowded.
That is right.
And even though you've got things spaced out a little bit more, if we have the crowds we're expecting and the weather's good and it looks good, it looks hot, but it looks well, hopefully people will keep all this in mind, but we don't want it to detract from having a good fair and
That's
having
right.
a good attendance, having a good time.
And thank goodness it's outside.
Yeah, right.
So,
right.
When they go in to see the exhibits and that kind of thing, of course, that's inside. Mm-hmm. But the rest is outside, so we hope everybody will just enjoy and come out and just enjoy with their family.
Is there anything else new that we need to talk about this morning, or new or different, or as far as getting in the fair, I think most of that's pretty much the same. I know there's going to be more buses available, which we talked about Monday. It's been expanded over at the old Lebanon High School, the Cumberland football field there with, I think you got 4 buses that's going to be there, and maybe 4 at First Baptist and the courthouse. Right. Mm-hmm. So there's more opportunity to ride the bus and avoid the traffic at the fair. That's one thing that's going to be different. You got any other thing comes to mind?
Well, entertainment-wise, we've got the Cowboy Ninja Warrior. that he will be arriving tonight. So he will be here all 10 days of the fair, talking with people, signing autographs, making pictures. And then we have got the Ninja course that has been built. I think they're putting the final touches on it today. So it's pretty exciting to have the Ninja course there on the grounds, that the Ninja Warriors can come and compete, but others can come and have fun runs during the week.
And where is that?
That is on the east side of the Expo Center in that grassy area inside that white fence.
Okay.
So that's pretty neat. So if you want to come out and try your skills and strength on the Ninja course, we hope that you'll come out and do that. Something else that is new this year, we've got tablescaping that where people are they're going to be setting those up tonight and competing with the prettiest, nicest, most creative tablescaping. We have also got inside the expo, we have got the Pick Tennessee display, and it is that they got that from gate to plate, and then we have got the Tennessee Beef Council that has also got an area set up, because this year is our agricultural commodity is year beef.
Right.
And we've also got a hamburger and steak cook-off that will be on Saturday. So that's something that's brand new.
Well, as for people who may have difficulty getting around, you have people who have now there's a lot of golf carts that the fair, Wilson County promotions people, a lot of them of necessity have to get around. But then other people who have problem with mobility. Are there any particular rules about that, or anything we need to mention here this morning?
Well, there will be a wheelchair and scooter rental there across from the fair office. So anybody coming in from the Expo Center or the Orange Gate, it is just right inside. If they come in from other gates, there will be carts there to get them to that area, or certainly if somebody is with them, they can go get them a scooter to help with that.
What about somebody bringing their own? Is that a problem?
Well, golf carts it is.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't bring your own golf, but if you have
a scooter, yes, that is just fine. We just hope that they'll stay on the paved area or a flat area and not try to go over someplace rough to where, something could happen.
Yeah, right. Well, we've covered a lot of ground here this morning, but again, the gates open officially at 5 o'clock tomorrow, and the grand opening ceremony at 6, and then the parade follows that. So it's been a great first night at the fair tomorrow.
It's exciting, so everybody come out.
Well, thank you, Helen McPeak, for being with us this morning, and that is it for Wednesday. Join us tomorrow for Coleman & Company. Till then, I wish you a wonderful day.